She lived life the way she wanted to and made her dreams come true.
Hello, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I'm Trini LaShawn, and I'm a spiritual worker. I offer tarot and oracle readings, as well as other spiritual services to help you on your journey and to ensure that you are the very best version of yourself that you can be. I am offering in this video a pick a card reading. So you can see here I have 4 decks. Now, because it's for so many people and I want to connect with everyone who sees this video, it may not resonate. Every single thing that you hear may not resonate with you, but the goal is to take away from it as much wisdom as you possibly can that applies to you and your situation. Whatever time you see this video, whenever you click on it, it was meant for you. So there's a message that your spirit allies want to relay to you through this video. And also understand that as far as the advice that's given, free will is always involved. So, and you know, as far as the guidance that is given, that's up to you whether or not you take it. So it's advice. You can take it. You don't have to. It is your decision. I'm going to give you a moment to select whichever card, whichever deck you are most drawn to. I'm going to put up a still photo so that you can really take in the energy and see which deck you connect with, whichever one is calling to you. Just don't think about it too much. Whichever one you feel drawn to the most, go with that one. Okay, deck 1. Deck 1 deals with a lot of whimsy. It's Alice in Wonderland, and I love this deck. So even if you're not drawn to things like fanciful things with a lot of fantasy, that may be a connection that you have. But even if not, this is a very powerful deck, and I often connect with it very much for my own personal readings. All right, so I'm going to do a situation path, so to see what situation you might be struggling with right now, the challenges that you're going through, a path that the universe is suggesting for you, and then the outcome that will be the result if you follow that path, okay? And then I'll be pulling from my Goddess Guidance cards to see what energy is calling you, that's really making herself available to help you. Even if you're a man, don't worry. Some men might be more comfortable with that than others, but we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So there's always a feminine energy that we can always get in touch with. So don't worry about that. All right, I'm going to focus here and connect and see what universe is providing you with, what information, what situation, what path, and what outcome. These are big cards. Okay. All right. So for the situation, it says painting the roses red, covering up errors. So there's something in your life right now that you would rather just sort of mask a bit, and instead of really confronting it and taking it head on and saying, you know what, this is something that I did. It could be something that you did. It could be something that someone else did to you. You might be making excuses for something that someone did to you, and sort of cutting them a break, but in a way that is taking away the truth from the situation and not allowing growth. Because when we confront a situation, not everything is worth really analyzing. Sometimes it's just not worth the time and the energy. It's something that if you really, nurse it and, hold that grudge, it's just going to fester. So it's better to just immediately release it. And we can do that with some things. But other things, we really need to take time and make sure that we're doing the shadow work and the healing and taking time to reflect to see what is going on. What was the source of this pain? If someone did something to you, take the time and the energy to really, think about it. Ask questions. Where did this come from? Why did it hurt me so much? Why am I hanging on to it? What can I do about it to ensure that, I'm learning and growing and maybe even protecting myself to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Maybe you need to stand up for yourself. If someone has committed something against you that really just hurts you and makes you feel like there's a lack of respect there, then confront them on that. Or, you could also just simply do the healing. If it's something that you have done that maybe you did to someone else, you can, open it up a little bit, investigate. Why did I do this? Yes, I was wrong. But it's not the end of the world. We're all here to learn. And so don't be so hard on yourself. But by the same token, we do want to investigate some things in life because that's what's going to lead to our increased wisdom and learning and growth. Yeah. Oh, and look. Oh my God. So this says for your path, investigate. Oh, this is cool. Oh, it says look closely, ask questions, think before acting. So what universe is telling you is that there's, whatever it is that, either someone has done to you or maybe a way that you have wronged someone else, take a look at it. This is something that should not be brushed under the rug. And of course, there are times where we can afford to just say, maybe later, because it's not going to impact you or the other person in a way that's really going to cause pain. But there's some pain in this situation. There's some pain. There's some, maybe a feeling of rejection. I see rejection. Something that's really causing lack of respect between you and another person, or a feeling of guilt within yourself. And a lot of times we avoid looking at things because we don't want to feel that guilt. But the only way to really do away with the guilt is to confront it and own it and say, you know what, this was wrong, but this is how I'm going to learn from it, and this is how I'm going to grow. So investigate, ask some questions. And then, let's see, we have for your outcome, set your course. Know where you wish to go, have a plan, the right direction. So Spirit is saying that if you take the time to investigate this and really kind of bring about some resolution, don't investigate it to cause problems. Make sure that you do it with the intention of healing and to provide a sense of closure, because your intention has a lot to do with the outcome. So as long as you do it with the correct outcome, which the correct outcome is just making sure that you do it in a spirit of peace, in a spirit of healing, and wanting to really improve the situation, improve yourself, improve your relationship with the person that you have the conflict with, you're going to know exactly where you are, and you're going to have so much more confidence because you're going to understand that you put forth the initiative to do the learning, to do the growing, to do the investigating, and to make sure that, you are protecting your own feelings and your own path by, promoting your own growth through learning, and also the, relationship that you have with the other person, if it's with another person. I don't know that, but you would know. So yes, you're going to have a very definite, a sense of accomplishment. When it says set your course, I think of like finishing the race. You're going to have a sense of completion. You're going to feel very proud of the work that you've done in order to bring about that learning, and by putting forth that effort in the relationship with the other person or with yourself, because our relationship with ourselves is so important as well. We shouldn't take that for granted. That's important. And sometimes we need to investigate some things that maybe are from childhood. You know, you might be covering up some past issues from that you've been hanging on to for a very long time. And Spirit is just saying that it's time to open that up a bit and investigate, ask the questions, and do the healing. So it looks like universe has some shadow work in the upcoming time period for you. But I know that when I'm called to do shadow work and really dig deep into my emotions and see what's going on, the result is always so worthwhile. And while I'm in it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. I need a break. I need some relief. But then at the end, it's always worth it. So you will be sure of your course. Let's see what goddess guidance we have in store for you. What does universe have in store for you? What energy is calling you? Oh, this is so beautiful. Freya. Oh, Freya is so beautiful. So she is a mighty goddess, and she has so much power, and the word there is bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. So, yes, she is with you through this process. She is going to give you the boldness that you need to confront these shadows that might be lurking, this sense of guilt or this sense of, hurt that you've been holding on to for so long. She's with you to empower you. So because this came up, that means that she is making herself available to you to call upon. So if you're comfortable with that, you might not be, but you can call upon that energy. And if not, then you can just maybe read about her a bit, research about her, and just know that those attributes, that's what universe is telling you that you are equipped with now to do the work that's ahead of you. Do be encouraged. Know that whenever we do this work, it always leads to our growth, even though it might hurt a little bit. And sometimes we don't want to do it because it's tough. But you have the boldness that you need to do this. So I hope that this message was valuable to you and that you glean wisdom from it and strength. And I wish you the very best. Thank you. Okay, deck number 2. So you chose the Wisdom Oracle. And I love this deck because it's full of wisdom. And it was one of the first decks that I purchased. So I've used this a lot in my own personal readings. And I can't wait to see what universe has in store for you, what messages. So I'll be doing the situation, whatever challenges you're facing right now, and then the path that universe recommends you to take, and then the outcome. So that's, if you take the path, it's up to you because you have free will, the outcome that you can expect. And then I'll be pulling a card from Goddess Guidance. And whether you're a male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energies that we draw upon and that are within us. So just know that that is an energy that you can call upon for help, and it's guidance. So it's there for you to give you support. All right, let's see what this Wisdom Oracle has for you today. I'm going to focus and connect. Okay. All right, we have to be fair. So that's the challenge. That's the situation. There's something that you are struggling with right now as far as what the right choice is. You're trying to make a choice and you want to make sure that you go on the right path. You might not be able to see there, but there's an owl on top of her head. And owls represent wisdom, so you're looking for that wisdom. You're looking for the guidance that you need in order to make the right choice for you. But I see some agony there. There's a struggle. It's not like you're saying, okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is the choice I'm making. And it could be with money. It could be with love. It could be with any relationship in your life. But there's something that you are very, very unsure about, and you're doubting yourself. I see a lot of self-doubt, a lot of anguish over it. You know, a lot of people make decisions very quickly and easily, you know? And so even if you're that kind of person, not in this case, not in this case. This is something that you're really struggling with, and you're trying to balance what is going to bring about the most benefit for everybody involved. You're thinking about yourself, you're thinking about other people. It's just like maddening. And know that when we get to that point, there has to be some relief. And what Spirit is telling me is to go easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, please. Because I've been there and I've done that, and it doesn't feel good. Go easy on yourself, okay? We're all human, okay? But I see that there's a decision that you're struggling with. Now, I love this card. It says not for you. And I don't know, I don't think universe could be any more clear. I have pulled this card at times when I'm trying to make a decision. And what I will tell you is that sometimes it just means not for you right now. So whatever you're contemplating, universe is suggesting either not to do it or just hold off a bit. There might be some, you know, in a lot of situations, it doesn't necessarily mean a firm no. It just means either not right now, or there may be some things that need to be tweaked. It may be something that you just have to go back to the drawing board and really contemplate what is the source of my desire for this anyway? Is it coming from a place that really aligns with my soul's purpose? Is this really good for me? This is like, it is a red light card, but in some cases it can be a yellow light. But for me, whenever I've pulled it, it has been a red light. I just didn't want it to be. But because I'm connecting with so many people right now, I just want to say that, you know, it could for you be that you just need to be patient and hold off a bit. But it definitely is a yellow light for sure. Okay. And for some of you, it's a red light. So at the end of the day, the best thing to do when you pull this card that says not for you, it's like a stop and think. Really reassess, reflect, you know, kind of like how we're supposed to do through the Mercury retrograde. Just like reflect, you know what I mean? Just stop, hold off, and make sure that your intentions are right. Evaluate the intentions of the other people that are involved, and, you know, reassess. Do I really need this? Is this agony that I'm going through necessary? I guarantee you it's not, because Divine does not want us to be in agony, you know. Also consider the attachment that you might have to this particular thing. You know, why do I want this in the first place? Why do I want it? Does it come from a place of peace? Does it come from a place of joy? Does it come from a place of self-love? Because a lot of the things that we're attached to, if you really reflect on the origin of it, you'll find that it's not from a place that is that's really looking out for your best interest. It's not aligning with your soul's purpose. And the outcome, TikTok. So in this case, and I got thrown a little bit because my 5-year-old loves TikTok and I can't stand it. I'm like, no. But divine is letting you know that the reward, the outcome is going to be that you are going to free up your time. You're not only going to free up your time, but you're going to free up your mind space, your mental space. You are going to feel so refreshed once you let go of the attachment that you have to this concern that's weighing you down. I want you to relax. Oh, I want you to feel rejuvenated. And that's how you're going to feel once you really evaluate the attachment that you have to this particular outcome that you want so badly. And you're going to find that it's almost like on a computer when you clean up and I don't know a lot about computers, but like when you clean up the space, you throw away a bunch of, old pictures that you don't need anymore or whatever. And it's like the computer runs so much better. That's going to be you. You're going to have so much more time on your hands, and it's not going to be like boredom. It's going to be like, wow, I feel like I have the time, I have the energy to do what's important for me right now. And that's going to be the outcome. So trust me, I've been there when I got a not for you card, but I guarantee you when you listen to the universe, when you listen to what your soul is saying, it always ends up right. It might be like a sacrifice that you feel like you have to make at that point in time, but it always ends up for your best, for the best outcome for you. All right, so now I'm going to pull some goddess guidance to see what energy is calling to you to empower you for this journey that you're on now to let go. Dana, High Priestess. Whenever you talk about the High Priestess, like in tarot, the High Priestess represents and symbolizes a very strong intuition. You're very intuitive. You are very, very much able to accomplish the things that you need to because you have that, your crown chakra is open. You have that connection and alignment of your soul, and you are able to really tap into every single energy that is needed within that moment to make that big decision. So this is powerful. Oh my God, look at this. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So even though this might not be for like actually teaching someone else, it might be a learning situation for you where you are learning through the experience of letting go. And you are really tapping into that spiritual side of you where you're understanding that, okay, I can let go of my ego right now. My ego is saying, go for it, go for it. But ego always gets us in a nasty little place that we don't want to be in. And yeah, so you have the power of this High Priestess goddess here, this High Priestess energy that is so intuitive, so connected to spirit, so connected to your soul. You're aligned exactly the way that you need to be so that you are strengthened and empowered to do what you need to do. And just a little word on letting go, because I've had to let go of things in order to grow. I guarantee you, when you let go of something that was not meant for you, oh my God, it seems like the hardest, most difficult thing at the time. But once you get through it, it's kind of like they say it takes 30 days to establish a habit. Once you have been without that particular thing and you're actively trying to, replace it with other things that fill your time, and, you're going to thank yourself. You're going to thank yourself and you're going to be like, yeah, I did that and I'm stronger because of it. So you have everything you need. I hope that this was helpful for you, and thank you so much. Okay, deck 3. So you chose the Wisdom of the House of Night deck, which is a beautiful deck. It's very, I would say, sensual and kind of sultry and that dark energy, which I think is beautiful. So if you've been in that kind of mood lately, maybe that's why you picked this. But yeah, it's a beautiful deck. So I will select a situation, path, outcome for you to see what challenges you're facing right now, what path the universe recommends that you take, and the outcome, which is what would happen if you take that path, but it is up to you whether or not you take that path because we have free will. And then I'll select a goddess guidance oracle card to see what guidance divine is sending your way to support you on your journey. Okay? All right. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so I mentioned that sensual energy, didn't I? You got the lust card. And that's something that we all, and it's not always sexual lust. It could be lust that you're wanting something. It's just a really like overdrive, kind of like it's passion put in overdrive, basically. Desire put in overdrive is lust. And it's usually when we are tempted to obtain something that is not within our best interest. So this could be a relationship. This could be, a person, like you could be lusting after a relationship, wanting so badly to have a relationship. That happens to so many people. And even people who are in a relationship, sometimes they're lusting. It's not so much that they're lusting in a sexual way for their partner. They're just really wanting, they're very passionate about wanting time with their partner. It could be something that you're lusting after that's material. So something that, involves money. But there's a desire here that there's something that you're wanting that it may not be in your best interest. It's not in your best interest. So you definitely want to take a second look and a third look and a fourth look when this card comes up, because it's not to say that lust is always a negative thing. But when the desire for something outweighs your sense of judgment, your kind of like when you're not in your right mind because you're so taken aback by your desire for this particular thing, and it's like all you see and all you're focused on, then you risk having your life out of balance. And so this is just saying, make sure that you are asking the necessary questions. Why do I want this? Is it really in my best interest? And does it align with my soul's purpose? So for the path, the suggestion of the universe as far as what you should do with this. High Priestess of Fire. So fire represents motivation, the will to do something, okay? And so what we're doing here is we're connecting. Universe wants you to connect your will, your desire that you have for this particular thing that is really kind of causing some agony for you because you want it so badly to the point where it's no longer at a healthy point. It's more like, okay, we're a little bit imbalanced at this point and we need to get this desire in check. And so universe wants you to really make sure that you're balancing that fire that you're feeling, that will to, obtain this particular thing or person with your intuition, because the High Priestess represents intuitiveness, and your crown chakra is open. You have an amazing connection with your soul and to the divine. So it's in balance. So divine is calling for you to really balance your desires with what's best for you. It doesn't mean that you can't have this. It might be just that you can't have it now, or, you know, you just need to ask some questions, do your research. But this is kind of like, at the very least, a yellow light, you know. Really ask those questions and probe your mind to see, you know, is this coming from a place of self-love? Because if it is, you might just want to say, okay, I need to hold off. I need to readjust a bit. If not, if it's coming from a place of, you know, some sort of like just passion and overdrive, or an obsession maybe, then, you know, you really do want to make sure that you're tapping into your higher chakras, your crown chakra, your third eye. Keep your eyes open. All of them. Your third eye, your physical eyes, all of them. Look around you. Be observant and understand that when we take everything into consideration, when we have a more balanced view, we'll always come out on top. Even if you don't feel like it, you will be stronger because of that, because you will have worked those spiritual muscles to kind of gain some strength and some wherewithal, you know. If you do this, you will be the warrior. Look at that, the warrior. You're gonna be a conqueror. And I always say, like, I love that part in Doctor Strange where the Ancient One, she says, we do not conquer our negativity and our fears. We learn to live above it. And that's what you're doing. You're learning to live above those lower desires within your lower self that kind of enslave us sometimes. It's like, that's all I see, that's all I think about, that's all I want. And you're not using your third eye, you're not using your crown chakra when you're in that energy. So Divine wants you to balance that fire. You know, it's like it's saying, don't let go of it completely, because I don't see this as something that's totally negative for you. It's just like, balance it. Balance it, because universe wants you to come out on top, not just okay, you know. And it's saying that you can have what you want, but we need to reel it back, and we need to make sure that we are not you know, moving too fast, and that we have a balanced view of it. Okay, and you will come out on top. All right, so let's see what goddess energy is calling to you. And I love this deck because it's like, whatever situation you're dealing with, this is the energy that's saying, I'm here. You know, you have this energy within you for the task at hand. Oh my gosh, Irene, peace. Look at that. Because the honest truth is that this looks so hot. But if it's not balanced, we're not feeling like a warrior. But if we do this, if we live above the desires that we have that sometimes really do take us far left, you know, then we have peace. And I can honestly tell you that I have been in this situation before where I had to learn to live above, you know, desires that were not going to, you know, have me ending up in a positive place. And when I was able to overcome it, I have so much peace now. And it's like, you're like, wait a minute, what? I was a slave to what? I was always thinking about what? And then you gain control. You know, so know that this goddess energy is calling out to you, saying that this is what awaits you. And this is the energy that will sustain you and help you on your journey as you go through this, as you continue on your path. And you have everything within you that you need to do it. It may be a little bit difficult. You might focus sometimes a little bit more. You might be stuck a little here or feel stuck. But you will end up here. Okay, just keep that balance and make sure that you ask the questions that need to be asked. Make sure that you're pausing before you're acting, and you will have peace. You'll be here. I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you so much. All right, deck number 4. You chose the Work Your Light deck. And this is a beautiful deck. It's one that I use a lot when I am doing just my daily reads to see what I need to work on or to see what's going on. All in here. I love this deck. So I'm going to do a situation, which is your challenge, path, which is the universal guidance or suggestion as to how you handle that situation. But the choice is yours. You do have free will. And the outcome, which is what you can expect if you take that path. And then I'll be pulling a goddess guidance card to provide you with guidance, letting you know what goddess energy is there for you to support you on your journey. And whether you're male or female, we do have masculine and feminine energies in us. All of us do. So definitely know that whether you're male or female, you can take wisdom from this deck. All right, so let's see what universe has in store for you, what messages. I'm going to focus. Okay, so this is a beautiful message. All right, for your situation, your challenge, it says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You're getting a little bit lost. You're feeling like you're doubting yourself. You're not certain whether you should go left, whether you should go right, up, down. I don't know. You're doubting the path that you're on. And one thing I can tell you about self-doubt is that the more you doubt yourself, the less clear the messages are from the universe. And sometimes doubt can really, it takes away the clarity that we have, because we have absolutely zero confidence at that point. When we're questioning ourselves, we have no confidence in ourselves, in our spirit guides, in universe to guide us. So know that what's needed to be done, you are doing it. You're doing it, and you're doubting yourself to the point where it's causing pain for you, because you are bringing yourself to such a low vibration in that doubt, where it's like you're torturing yourself. You don't need to. You have all the tools that you need. You are a strong being, and you've got, it's like I see that you've got everything there, and it's even flowing right. You just don't think it is. And I've been there, so I understand. But in those moments, we really have to make sure that we are tuning out the noise, because that's just fluff. Those are just thoughts that are coming to you that will, if you continue to let them, they will impact your emotional vibration, your you know, the frequency that you're vibrating on. You'll feel depressed, you'll feel anxious, and that's a very slippery slope. You really want to make sure that you train yourself to say, okay, I know that I'm doubting myself right now. So in this moment, I am going to remind myself of the amazing being that I am. And then just say some wonderful affirmations to yourself. I am fully able to do this, and I'm doing it. I am on my path. I don't doubt myself. I use wisdom, but I don't doubt myself because I don't need to. Okay? Yeah, so don't doubt yourself. All right, so for the path that you should take, Inner Temple, this is a beautiful card. It says devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Whenever you are living from the heart. So you're living in love. Everything is, it comes from a place of love, of self-love and love for the people around you. You will always be pointed in the right direction. And I don't want to say love for others, like that should always be your motivation, because you are on your path. And sometimes even people that love you can steer you wrong. But that's why this is saying inner temple. So my point is just do what you do from love, from a vibration of love. So like when you are, let's say that you're looking for a new job, make sure that it's something that you love. If you love it, then you'll find the right job. Universe will lead you to the right job. Or if you are invited to do something with a friend, make sure that you're doing it because you really, either love that person or you love the idea of going out with them. Like, don't just do it because, oh, I checked the box. Divine is calling you to really do things from your heart, because when you do things from your heart, you don't have to doubt. And so you will naturally get out of this place of doubting yourself, and you'll be living from that inner temple that resides within you, from your soul, okay? And the outcome, the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So understand that this process of learning how to put this doubt away, how to live according to your soul's true purpose, that is happening for you, not to you. You might be wondering, why do I doubt myself so much? And then you're getting hard on yourself about doubting yourself. Just stop. Stop. Soothe yourself with some affirmations, because a lot of times, we find other ways to soothe ourselves that aren't healthy. And so why can't we soothe ourselves with some affirmations? Tell yourself, I know what's best for me. I live according to my soul's true purpose. I am well on my path, and I achieve my greatest good, my highest good. My chakras are aligned, and I'm on my path. I'm well on my way. If you tell yourself those things, then you'll start, those same thoughts will start coming to you without you having to train your mind and, your mind to think on those things. It'll just start to happen. You'll vibrate on that frequency. But understand that this path, universe is really trying to steer you in the direction of confidence and being sure of your journey. And as you proceed on this journey, you will definitely come to know yourself much better. And just know that this is a part of the plan. It has to do with simply your growth and, opening. Oh, it says, the ever unfolding rose. So that's love. And you might not be able to see it, but there's a woman there. So, and there's like a rose coming from her. So I think self-love. It's really a journey about your self-love and you caring about yourself enough and being sure of your path enough to not have to doubt yourself. Okay? All right, now I'm going to pull a goddess guidance card to see what goddess energy is calling to you as you prepare for this journey that you're on of accepting your path and being sure of it. And we're never 110% sure. We're never 100% sure, okay? There's always a little bit of doubt, but that's just to keep you in check. You don't want to doubt to the point where you are in agony, okay? We don't want that. But asking questions along the way is okay. When you start feeling like, oh, I just can't take this anymore and I'm racking my brain. Is this right? Is it when you feel frazzled? That's when it's a problem. Or when you feel depressed, then you know that there's something to heal there. Okay? All right. I'm going to focus. Oh my gosh, you got Aphrodite. Oh. Inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. I mean, what else could be better than that to make sure that you are on your path of being more in tune with your soul, more aware of your purpose, and really getting to know yourself. Look, inner goddess, inner temple, divine is sending a message. I just love when it's this clear. Yeah. Yeah. So do the things that you love. Do the things that make you feel like a god or a goddess. Do the things that bring peace to your soul, because when you feel at peace and you feel beautiful and you feel like you have really given yourself that love that you deserve, you're into, let me tell you something. It's not like there's a code that needs to be cracked for being sure of yourself and knowing your path. It's through being quiet and meditating and going inside yourself and doing these things of, you know, spending time with yourself, taking care of yourself, showing yourself love. And when you do that, you're going to understand that you're going to have such a much more clear view of what your path is, and you're not going to doubt yourself. But it is a path, it is a journey, and you've got Aphrodite helping you to do it. I hope that this has been helpful, and thank you.